we've been talking about meditation and how that has to be a part of our lives. And of course, it raises the question of the medical input and the medical impact of meditation. Why don't you start? Tell me a little bit about what it means physiologically and medically for somebody to meditate.
Well, it's ironic. I love sharing the stage with Suzanne because we have a joke in OBGYN that we know the function of the heart. It's to pump blood to the ovaries and uterus. So I love sitting next to a cardiologist. But
and what we say is there's more to a woman than her
ovaries and uterus.
And her breast.
Exactly. But I think that from the medical standpoint, the physiology, the medical science is pretty clear. And we know today that the stress hormones, which start either in the adrenal glands or the brain, do a whole bunch of bad things.
The cortisol, right?
Dopamine, cortisol, norepinephrine, epinephrine. And so the stress and the waves that Bob was talking about and that Pat and Ariana were talking about, and everyone in this room knows, does bad things to us from the head down. And I don't think that we can be in a room with this many women with this level of a nationally renowned cardiologist without acknowledging that heart disease is the #1 killer of women. Do women manifest stress differently, like Ariana was saying, from a medical standpoint and a hormonal standpoint? Absolutely. And with 1 in 3 women dying of heart disease, we need to take this seriously. And as a woman's health specialist that treats the whole woman, not just the ovaries and the uterus, that has to start from the head and the heart. So
we were talking about the whole body, and we were talking about treating the whole body, but let's get back to the ovaries and the uterus, as you were talking about. Favorite areas around here. Right, exactly. I actually read something, and the title of the article was Meditation, Menopause, and Fiber. I thought it was an unusual title, but
it all comes out in the end,
so to speak. We practiced that before. No, we didn't. What is the relationship, or is there a relationship between meditation and menopause? We can remove the fiber from this piece.
Thank goodness. That's another specialty. You know what? I think there is a connection. I think we don't have to just stop at menopause, though. We can go way back to adolescence, puberty. Half of my practice are girls and women under the age of 21, and I see extreme PMS, PMDD, inability to cope with hormonal changes of their menstrual cycle. And as a doctor, I deal with it one way. As a woman, I think to myself, oh, wow, if this is what you're going through at 15, let me tell you, it doesn't get easier.
That's
and
right.
Then you can take that, your question starting from menopause, carry it to the reproductive years. Fertility has a clear association with stress. When women are trying to conceive and they're having difficulty, one of the first things I'll do, in addition to checking off the standard of boxes that we need to do medically, is say, have you considered meditation? Have you considered acupuncture? There's excellent data on that and improving fertility. And then when you get up to menopause, how many women roll into their doctor's office and say, I cannot live another day like this. Yeah. Give me a prescription. What we really want to do, as Suzanne was saying, is say, start from the head down. I have no problem writing a prescription if
God
that's
bless.
necessary.
Sorry. I'm just saying.
I would say medically, the analogy here is think of, I mean, I'd do it. Think of the emergency room and then think of everything else you're doing as a wellness paradigm. If you need the emergency room, go to the emergency room, figuratively or literally. But if you don't, start by reducing that stress with something that I do write it on a prescription, because sometimes I feel like we have such a society and a culture that unless a doctor gets out that pad, people don't take it seriously. So as I write down 7 to 9 hours of sleep, Ariana, see, with every patient, as I write down, you must move your body every day, not 3 times a week, every day. I write that down, and then I write, and you need to meditate. We're very conditioned now to focusing on physical fitness, and that was, by the way, how I got to TM. I thought, God, I've got this down. I lift weights, I do my cardio, I'm from the neck down, I'm completely healthy. It was from the neck up that I really needed help, and it was Dr. Heal Thyself, and that's what led me to TM. And I think we need to remember that there's a head attached to the body.
Dr. Suzanne Steinbaum, Dr. Jennifer Ashton, thank you so much.
Thank you.